It is my privilege to introduce the Virginia Commonwealth University School of Business graduating class of 2024.
rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's wonderful to be here with you today, especially during this festive, joyful time of year. To the proud families, friends, faculty, and most importantly, to the class of 2024, congratulations. Now, I know I'm standing between you and the moment you've been waiting for, so I'll keep this simple. There's one message I want to leave with you today, and it's this: create opportunities. There are a lot of quotes about opportunity, but one of my favorites is this one: if opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. The knowledge and the skills that you have gained and the relationships you've built during your studies are very important in themselves. But perhaps even more important are the opportunities that you made for yourself and the courage it took for you to create them. When you first arrived at VCU, you created an opportunity. It began with an application, a decision to take a chance to say, I'm ready to build something more. Yes, please be seated. Yeah, you don't want to stand through this whole speech. From the moment you started a journey, not just of learning, but of transformation. You walked onto campus, maybe unsure of what you'd find, and discovered a community where challenges became growth and connections became lifelong. Think back to those early days. For some, it was joining a student organization that made this big university feel like home. For others, it was meeting someone who saw potential even before you did. Every one of those moments, big or small, are a result of hundreds of small decisions that you made. 1,000 tiny actions built the foundation of this one. Over time, they became part of your story. And that's the power of what you've done here. The boundaries you leapt over, the work, the risks, the experiences, they were all steps towards something even greater. But as you step towards what comes next, it's important to remember the value of what you've built isn't just measured by your success. It's measured by how you use it to shape the world around you. In this room, we have innovators, collaborators, and dreamers. Together, you've shown what it means to engage with your peers, with your studies, and with this wonderful VCU community. That engagement doesn't end here. It can't. The same way you created opportunities for yourselves, you have the ability and the responsibility to create opportunities for others. As you start your post-School of Business career, look for opportunities. Look for growth. Look for impact. Move sideways, move forward, move off the beaten path. Build your future, not just your resume. Evaluate what you can do, not just what title you hold. You are entering a different business world than I did. Mine moved quickly, but yours is moving even quicker. But here's something I've learned. Hoping and waiting doesn't work. Waiting for the perfect moment, for someone to notice you, for all the stars to align, success doesn't happen that way. Every successful person I've met had one thing in common. They got tired of waiting. They didn't wait for opportunity to find them. They created it. And they created more for others. Right now, as I'm speaking to you, someone out there is creating their own opportunity. Someone is enrolling in a course they've been putting off. Someone is writing the first page of their business plan. Someone is making a call or about to send that email that they've been putting off. And you know what makes this fascinating? They're not any more qualified than any of you. The only difference is that they've decided to go for it. So, class of 2024, here's my challenge to you. Don't wait. Take what you've learned here and create something extraordinary. Open doors, not just for yourself, but for others. Mentor someone, take risks, build community. Leave things better than the way you found them. And when you do, come back and tell us all about it. Stay curious, stay humble, ask questions, and keep creating opportunities wherever you go. Congratulations, class of 2024. It's only fitting on a day dedicated to celebrating the opportunities you've created that we hear from someone who has built a career on that same principle. What makes me excited for you to hear from Gary Zhu is how he made the most of every opportunity here at the VCU School of Business. And he continues to forge paths in ways that will only open doors for other Rams to follow. I might be bending the rules a little bit here, but I'm going to do it anyway. I can't introduce Gary without sharing some exciting news. Gary recently pledged a generous gift to the School of Business to support students pursuing internships outside of Richmond, helping more Rams take advantage of opportunities that might otherwise feel out of reach. Thank you, Gary. Let me be the first to welcome Gary and his generosity to the incredible family of donors who are dedicated to helping our students seize the moment and create their own paths forward. But before I welcome him to the microphone, let me share a bit of his journey in the corporate world and to Wall Street. After graduating, Gary worked as a trader and portfolio manager at Richmond-based Genworth and ultimately managed $10 billion of fixed income investments. During his time there, Gary also focused on U.S. and European banking exposures during the 2008 financial crisis. Next up came Wells Fargo, where Gary served as a senior publishing research analyst and head of cross-sector research, making a national name for himself. 4 years ago, he arrived at AllianceBernstein, where he is now a senior vice president and deputy chief investment officer of insurance. His responsibilities include portfolio performance, strategic positioning, and customized investment solutions for AB's insurance platform. When he arrived at AB, he was global head of multi-sector insurance, leading a team that earned national accolades. Perhaps more importantly than all of that, and I know this to be a fact because we had dinner last night and we've had a chance to meet prior, more importantly than all that, he's a family man, dedicated to his lovely wife and his precious daughter. And now, we're honored that Gary has made this trip back to campus. Graduates, families, and friends, it's great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker this afternoon. Please welcome Gary Zhu.
Of course, thank you. Wow, what a wonderful introduction, Dean Brown. Your words means a lot to me, and I'm truly excited to be back to speak at VCU. I can't tell you how humble and honored I felt when I got a call and speak to you at this monumentary moment of yours. And it also has a lot of sentiment value to myself. It was 18 years ago when I sat right here. Well, not exactly here. I was at the Seagull Center, but basically down here with you, watching the commencement speaker on stage talking about his career path and his journey and the message that he sent to students like yours. And I keep thinking to myself at that point that wouldn't it be awesome one day that I can be on stage and share my story and eventually watch the next generation of leaders to get on stage? So again, I appreciate the opportunity to come back today and speak. I always have a special place in my heart for Virginia Commonwealth University because the school believed in me at a time that I did not. And also was a difficult moment in my life because, to be honest, I did not choose to come to VCU to earn my undergrad. When I was in high school, I had my blinders on. I had one school in mind, so I applied early to that one school. When they deferred me, I didn't give up. I tried again, only found myself to be waitlisted and disappointed with 2 months to go before I graduated from high school. I suddenly went from applying to only one school to apply to 6 different schools. And VCU was one of the 6 universities that accepted me with a full ride scholarship and a handwritten note from then Business Dean Seth Nortz. I still actually have that note with me. I was late in the game, as of course, and the fact that VCU accepted me was a life-changing opportunity that I came here and speak to you today. After all, coming to college in America is exactly the reason why my parents sent me 1,000 miles away from home. I was born and raised in China. My parents always wanted me to have Western experience and Western education. I first visited Richmond in British Columbia, a small town outside of Vancouver, Canada. Yeah, exactly, that's my daughter over there. That only we found out that all folks that lived in British Columbia, in Richmond, all spoke Cantonese. My parents didn't think that that was the right place for me to gain Western experience in English. Hence, we went back to China. 2 years later, I was visiting my aunt in Richmond, Virginia, here, which I would later call home. After we decided that it was the place for me to go to school here, my parents decided to go back, because I don't know how many of you are from Richmond, but 30 years ago, Richmond, Virginia, in Short Pond was a piece of forest. Short Pond Mall wasn't even built then. They couldn't find a job in the hotels and hospitality industry, and hence they went back. They decided that I would stay here with my aunt and with a couple random English words that I had, and I decided that I want to make the best out of that experience that I got. I didn't to realize that the lack of English and also not a good understanding of the American culture would put me at a disadvantage. For example, in my first week in school, I was told that the way to say hi in America is to stick up my middle finger. And yes, I did. I was walking around with my smiley face and very sincere looking face on and say, "Hey, how are you doing?" That didn't work out too well. When I shared a story last night with Dean Brown, he was surprised that I didn't get knocked around or beaten up. And I think that has to do with the fact that sometimes if you make a genuine mistakes, people are forgiven. And they're more kind and supporting people out there than those that are willing to prank on you. And the first one that came to mind is Officer Kenny Ericott. He was a University of Richmond police officer that was stationed in University of Richmond. He was a big Chinese fanatic. He knows more about China and Chinese than I did. He would come to my Chinese restaurant, my aunt's Chinese restaurant, every day after school. And the moment that he found out about my story, he took it on his mission to teach me everything that he can about American culture and also taught me English. That 3 months before I started at Freeman High School was instrumental and tremendous. That really allowed me to be brave enough to immerse myself in all school activities in Freeman, including joining the soccer team, the golf team, International Student Club, Future Business Leader of America, and eventually I graduated as their Student Government Association's president, and also at that year in 2003, I was voted one of the 5 homecoming prince. I missed by about 5 votes to become homecoming king that winter or that fall. No grudges hold against Bo Cripps if you happen to be on stage, but 5 votes, that's all it was. Just at the time that I thought I got everything going, that there was a path of certainty that in high school I was the most popular kid, I was running the school government, I was the iBook help desk captain, was building up strong enough of my leadership and also reputation that I thought I would be for sure to get into the college of my dream. Life threw a curveball at me, as I mentioned earlier. That came at the moment of uncertainty, and when VCU reached out accepting that hand will shape the future of my career later on. That changed the trajectory of my career. At VCU, I was challenged in a way that I had never been. I always thought that I was getting good enough with my English skills, only soon to be found that that wasn't the case. As I said earlier, VCU offered me a full scholarship when I first started, but they quickly took that away after I did not do as well as I was hoping for in English 101. I actually do not remember the professor's name. It would be good to pay him a visit after this. But nonetheless, instead of credits or giving up, I decided to double down. I started taking 18 credits to 21 credits per semester, working the 3 jobs that I had at JCPenney at the Regency Square Mall, at BB&T, which is now Truist, at the Gaskin and Patterson's branch as a retail banker, and as well as the opportunity that Virginia Commonwealth University gave me as a business school tutor. I became the master of time management. I took any opportunity that I can get to show myself in front of professors. I was the only kid that would bring along a business card in any classes that I go to and hand out a business card like there's no tomorrow. And achieve I did. I graduated from VCU in about 3.5 years with both university honors. That's the reason that I still have this medal from 18 years ago that looks brand new. And summa cum laude. Of course, the trade-off is that I did not get to go to one single party. That did not detract the value that I had at VCU. And my fond memory at VCU, it's evidenced by the fact that I still carry my VCU student card from a bank that no longer exists, Wachovia. So, before you cross the stage today and accept your hard-earned diploma, I urge you I want to share a couple lessons that still guide me through my journey. One is people. Surround yourself with good people. I'm a firm believer that there are great people out there. In fact, there are more of those people out there that are willing to help you and are kind to you than those who are going to prank you and tell you that the way to say hi in America is to stick up your middle finger. Second, never underestimate the power of resilience. Life throws curveball of you all the time. At me, when the door of one college never opened for me, I could have given up. Instead, I found a new path at VCU that had built the career that I have built. When I arrived at the corporate world, I was hired into a program that I thought I'll be rotating through interesting places and countries that I dream of, such as Japan, Australia, United Kingdom, and etc. But instead, I was sent to Lynchburg, Virginia. I don't know how many of you guys know Lynchburg, Virginia, but it's a small town and it's no match to United Kingdom or Japan and etc. Little did I know that is where GE hired all of its smartest people in the insurance arm. All of the actuaries were based in Lynchburg, Virginia. I had a unique opportunity where I get to spend a lot of time with folks, some of the smartest folks that I have met in my career at that little town, where they were willing to teach and I was willing to learn. That experience continued to serve me well. As Dean Brown mentioned, I work for AllianceBernstein now. I run their insurance portfolio management team, and I'm the Deputy Chief Investment Officer. We run about $180 billion in assets globally for our insurance clients. What uniquely set us apart versus other asset managers out there in the insurance world is the fact that, well, one, of course, I went to VCU, but second is that experience that I had, that I understand liability. My whole team believe in liability-driven and asset-focused. That set us apart from all the asset managers out there. In addition, there are people out there in the business world that has preconceived perceptions about where to hire candidates. As Dean Brown mentioned, I'm very passionate about VCU kids because I was you not that long ago when I was told that VCU is great, but my company would not recruit from VCU. And my response to that person is, from that point on, I would no longer do business with you. No, I would ever want to work for you. There are firms out there, though, that would take a different approach. I have the privilege of serving at industry-leading firms like General Electric, Genworth, Wells Fargo, and now AllianceBernstein. And simply being true to myself, and as well as working my butt off every day. I hope my success will make the path easier for our family together. And as I demonstrate how a VCU grad and degree deeply rooted in the real-world experience and applicability, and prepare the talents like you that any company would be lucky to have. And finally, perhaps most importantly, remember to pay it forward. I stand here before you today because of the mentor and supporter that I had. As I was waiting in line, I ran into Professor Dan Salandro. I had this Fire 302 class about 20 years ago. It was one of the hardest classes I'd ever taken. It wasn't as hard as English 101, but it's important that one day you can stand back here on this stage and pass your experience to the next generation of leaders. And I believe now is my turn to do the same for you and the next generation of leaders, whether it's sharing my story, offering guidance, or creating opportunities. I'm committed to living others, just like others has lifted me when the time that I needed it. So my fellow Rams, as you embark on your next chapter of your life, I urge you to this lesson that I share with you. Embrace challenge. Challenge the status quo. Surround yourself with good people. Seek out new experience. And never forget to reach back and pay it forward to the next group of people. I cannot wait to see you be on stage, just like I did today. And until then, I'll see you out there.
Two quick things. I don't think there's a more passionate alum than Gary, and again, want to thank you for your generosity and passion. And two, I'm pretty sure this might be the first commencement speech that said middle finger. I'm pretty sure about that. But anyway, thank you, Gary, for those timely and inspiring remarks. I'd now like to call Dr. Paul Brooks, Chair of the Department of Information Systems, to the podium.
Before we begin the individual recognition of candidates, please join me in recognizing those graduates, both assembled with us here today and participating virtually, who have demonstrated outstanding academic achievement. Undergraduate degree candidates qualify for graduation honors based on their grade point average. To obtain cum laude status, a student must have a minimum of a 3.3 GPA. For magna cum laude, the minimum is 3.6. For summa cum laude, the minimum is 3.9. Undergraduate students graduating cum laude, please stand and be recognized. Students graduating magna cum laude, please stand and be recognized. Students graduating summa cum laude, please stand and be recognized. To graduate with university honors or business honors, students must be admitted into the University Honors College, take challenging honors courses, maintain a 3.5 GPA, and fulfill other requirements. Phi Kappa Phi is a national honor society of scholars in all disciplines. Election to this organization requires a student to be in the top 10% of their class. Beta Gamma Sigma is the International Business Honor Society associated with AACSB. The organization encourages and rewards scholarship among business students, promotes the advancement of business education, and fosters integrity in the conduct of business operations. Students inducted into Beta Gamma Sigma are in the top 10% of their class. Would our university honors, business honors, Phi Kappa Phi members, and Beta Gamma Sigma inductees please stand to be recognized? VCU Business Student Ambassadors serve as the face of the School of Business to prospective students, corporate visitors, and alumni. They give tours of Sneed Hall, serve on information panels, and work recruiting events, all as volunteers. The ambassadors are one of 19 student organizations in the School of Business. These organizations provide service, networking, and leadership opportunities. VCU business academic competition teams travel the nation to represent our university in competitions with the best and brightest business students from across the U.S. And even better, many of our teams win. At this time, I'd like to ask all students who are members of any business student organization or competition team to please stand and be recognized. Before we begin recognizing our graduates, we ask that everyone be respectful of each other in this ceremony. After crossing the stage, please return to your seat and continue to celebrate the success of all graduates here today. A professional photographer is here to take pictures of the graduates during the ceremony. Instructions on how to order photographs can be found in the virtual commencement program. If you wish to take your own pictures during the ceremony, please stand only when your graduate is on the stage. Please do not leave your row or stand in the aisles as graduates cross the stage. In this way, everyone will be able to see their respective graduate. Thank you in advance for your joy and respect for all graduates this afternoon.
I would now like to call forward Dr. Max Mohan, Interim Associate Dean for Strategic Affairs, to individually recognize the graduate degree and graduate certificate candidates. Thanks, Matt.
Good afternoon, everyone. First, I wish to recognize the master's degree candidates that are participating virtually. Ruby Cristodante, Master of Business Administration. Fernando Herrera Racinos, Master of Business Administration. And Daniel Schumacher, Master of Supply Chain Management. Marshals, please escort to the stage the in-person candidates for graduate certificates and master's degrees. Candidates will be recognized in alphabetical order by last name. Shreypak Ann, Master of Science in Information Systems. Max David Argueta, Master of Supply Chain Management. Tammy J. Beckett, Master of Decision Analytics. Kashina Beckett, Master of Decision Analytics. David Barrero, Master of Supply Chain Management. Tracy Michelle Brookman, Master of Decision Analytics. Cordell Burgess, Master of Business Administration. Diego Cabanillas, Master of Business Administration. Manuel Jose Calo Vasquez, Master of Supply Chain Management. Thomas Cerrito, Master of Decision Analytics. Caroline Rose Clary, Master of Business Administration. Nolan Kutsia, Master of Decision Analytics. Lauren Coleman, Master of Decision Analytics. Abrina Collins, Master of Science in Information Systems. Rose Crawford, Master of Supply Chain Management. Godwin Delaney, Master of Science in Information Systems. Justin Elwell, Master of Decision Analytics. Faria Fairouj, Master of Science in Information Systems. Jason Figuera, Master of Supply Chain Management. Aman Goel, Master of Decision Analytics. Berkeley Goodlow, Master of Business Administration. Stephanie Joanna Guerra, Master of Accountancy. Hannah Hawkins, Master of Decision Analytics. William Hitchcock, Master of Sport Leadership. Matthew Holloman, Master of Business Administration. Sydney Jones, Master of Accountancy. Grayson Joseph, Master of Decision Analytics. Monsi Kaluria, Master of Science in Business, Marketing Management. Jason Edward Kaplan, Master of Business Administration. Hayden Kirill, Master of Business Administration. Megan Elizabeth Lee, Master of Sport Leadership. Stephen D. Mansilla, Master of Supply Chain Management. Naveen Maram, Master of Decision Analytics. Ryan Mason, Master of Decision Analytics. Scott Moe, Master of Supply Chain Management. Kyle William Pfeiffer, Master of Decision Analytics. Justin Spencer Rocket, Master of Arts in Economics and Master of Business Administration. John Duarte Rogerville, Master of Decision Analytics. Isaac Sadozai, Master of Science and Information Systems. Junior Sanchez Hernandez, Master of Business Administration. Sriram Santanilayam Ramankuti, Master of Arts in Economics. Kofi Sarkodie, Master of Decision Analytics. Naya Nicole Shelton, Master of Science in Business, Marketing Management. Tishan, Master of Science in Information Systems. Sona Subichan, Master of Decision Analytics. Alexander Stevenson, Master of Decision Analytics. Alex Taylor, Master of Decision Analytics. Ramonte Tornhill, Master of Decision Analytics. Daniel Vargas, Master of Business Administration. Alyssa Vega, Master of Business Administration. Bradford Webb, Master of Science in Business, Marketing Management. James Ward Wagon, Master of Science in Business, Finance. James Leonard Wells, Master of Decision Analytics. Erin Wilkinson, Master of Decision Analytics. Michael Seth Williams, Master of Decision Analytics. Stephen Allen Wistrom, Master of Business Administration. Graduates, I wish you continued success. I would now like to call forward Dr. Jana McQuaid, Associate Dean for Academic Programs and Student Success, to individually recognize undergraduate degree and undergraduate certificate candidates.
I first wish to recognize the bachelor's degree candidates that are participating virtually. Nicholas Bradford, Amanda Gray, Samantha Emily Sue Madden, I will now recognize the in-person candidates for the Bachelor of Science and Post-Baccalaureate undergraduate certificates. Candidates will be recognized in alphabetical order by last name. Haneen Abu Zaid, cum laude. Naif Al-Hisan. Hamza Ali, cum laude. Eli Alim, summa cum laude. Jordan Cash Allen, cum laude. Juliet Ampansa. Jones Asante. Kieran Ashton. Etasham Ashraf. Megan Bantel, cum laude. Michael Bahalu. Jonas Balina. Jack Joseph Belcastro, cum laude. Crystal Anayam Bernal, cum laude. Patrick Bothwell, cum laude. Khalees Bradley. Delara Buber. Melitza Bulatovich, magna cum laude. Jack Vincent Bundy, cum laude. Jude Kabanban. Camila Carrero Saguaza. Connor Cahill, summa cum laude. Jorge Carmona, cum laude. Emma Carpenter. Lauren Cheeks. Toshfir Chisti, magna cum laude. Abiba Conte. Christopher Copeland. Terrence Corelius. Nicholas Cosentino. Michael Crow Jr. Lewis A. Cutright. Yolanda Emifa Debanca. Margarita Anastasia Damalas. Jacob Tyler Davenport. Giselle Della Iglesia, magna cum laude. Ashley DeSanto. Sahaj Dingra. Mahmoudou Jallo. Jonathan Delego, cum laude. Emma Doan. Layla Dunbar, cum laude. Trevor David Sullivan Eels, cum laude. Tyler Edge, magna cum laude. Sahara Edwards. Nicole Faustini, cum laude. David Emre-John Fay. Jayasha Fletcher. Charles Robert Freed. Wilmer Giovanni Fuentes Valdez. Isadora Guy Dobronsky, magna cum laude. Joshua Gardner. Jacob Bruce Garrett. Karina Lisbeth Guyton. Mackenzie Rose Gebro. Valini Gildari, magna cum laude. Catherine Godfrey. Ola Mohammed Garashi. Isabel Goslin. Madison Gould. Michaela Faye Grant, magna cum laude. Susan Grube, magna cum laude. Destiny Guzman, cum laude. Priscilla Gemfi. Hamayel Habib, cum laude. Jelani Osei Hale. Ali Hamid. Liban Hanfi. Ibrahim Hanna. Trinity Harris. Suda Hashemi. Damian Hang. Ashanti Tiana Hernandez. Joel Fernandez Gilses. Matthew Hoffman. Justin Hong, magna cum laude. Daniel Malik Hoyle. Jennifer Wamani. Giuseppe Alfonso and Sarah. Ramisa Islam. Joshua James. Ishani Jembu, cum laude. Gianna John, magna cum laude. Amaya Johnson, cum laude. Amir Jordan. Andrew Gerardo. Michael Karapetian, magna cum laude. Andrew Kasbaum. Prableen Kaur, magna cum laude. Liam D. Kavanaugh. Omar Chaldea, magna cum laude. Philip Amu Kingo. Mary Abigail Conahap, cum laude. Andrew Chad Kulas. Lyndon Kwong Sullivan. Karan Lala. Carolyn Leon, magna cum laude. Asia Lively. Daisy Lopez Rosa. Camila Lopez. Jacob Lucero, cum laude. Mindy Liu. Kana Matsuhisa, summa cum laude. Austin May, cum laude. Kevin Curtis McCrone. Nathan McGee. Dylan McKay. Brady Meehan, summa cum laude. Jason Mendez. Naomi Mesfin. Zachary Miller. Zane Orion Beers Mingus, magna cum laude. Arnaldo Jose Mirabal Jr. Jacob Bryant Morgan, magna cum laude. Ahmad Nadia. Paige Nujat Taylor. Ramsha Nair. Brandon No. An Wen. Rachel Nguyen, magna cum laude. Miyuan Hong Nguyen, cum laude. Saitan Nantong. Shane Monroe Norwood, cum laude. Aiden Novak, magna cum laude. Ik Wolu. Zachary O'Neill. Anastasia Omoa. Jennifer Ingchem Anodu, cum laude. Chelsea Opoku Anarfi, cum laude. Kirti Pandy. Gavin Penn. Connor Poole. Adolfo Vasquez Portillo. Sydney Marie Price. Olivia Pugh. Nora Kasim. Thomas Raphael. Samanvitha Rakasi. Layla Rasmussen. Tiffany Rafezo. Leah Robinson, magna cum laude. Anthony Rosales Garcia. Jessica Roskop. Richard F. Sabino, Jr., cum laude. Daniela Sayans, cum laude. Christopher Saras. Janani Sutish, magna cum laude. Ida Ade Shandorf, magna cum laude. Faizan Shah. Hamza Shehadeh. Alexandra Shirley. Naji Jonathan Smith. Jordan Andrew Smith, cum laude. Jose Solares. Madison Terrell. Joshua Bruce Thomas. Aaron Thomas. Caitlin Tillman, cum laude. Joseph Tilson, cum laude. Tony Tran, magna cum laude. Madison Olivia Traylor. Khan Tuworker. Priscilla Alexandra Vargas Carpio. Anthony Waddell. Zavon Walker. Ashley White. Jacob Williams. Derek Lamar Williams, Jr. Jared Williams. Michaela Williams. Nevin Wilson, cum laude. Chloe Wire. Adrian Witherow. Aaron Woodson, magna cum laude. Peyton Woody, cum laude. Victoria Wright. Raquel Zaragoza. Graduates, I wish you continued success and happiness.
We have a few important items of note before Dean Brown closes out today's ceremony. Graduates, we ask you to please stay in touch with us. We want to continue to celebrate you, your career, and your life accomplishments going forward. Be especially proud of your VCU business degree. It is indeed held in high esteem, and you worked hard to earn it. For fall 2024 graduates, assuming all final requirements are met, your degree or certificate will be posted to your official VCU transcript on January 21. Diplomas will be mailed beginning on February 21. Further information is available in the virtual commencement program. For the recessional, faculty on the stage will leave first, and then the marshals will lead the graduates out of the hall through the doors from which they entered. Family and friends should meet their graduates outside of the exhibit hall or at their next celebration location. And now, Dean Brown, it's time to send off the class of 2024.
My favorite part. Will today's graduates please stand? Acting on the recommendation of the faculties concerned and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Visitors and the President of Virginia Commonwealth University, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree earned, with all of its rights, honors, and responsibilities. Congratulations. To signify your graduation, will you please move your tassels from right to left? On behalf of faculty and staff, congratulations. I would like to thank again the families and friends of our graduates for sharing in our celebration today. Please remain at your seats while we give a final salute to our graduates. Where's the music?
Okay.